A truly disturbing article came out from Gizmodo yesterday that made the rounds on social media. I'm sure we saw a lot of people joking about it. I was one of them. But here it is. Amazon is apparently working with another group called Silver Lining on several different plans to try to block out the sun in order to address the issue of climate change here on planet Earth. I wish I was making that up. I mean, that's literally the plot of an episode of The Simpsons. We are talking about cartoon supervillain level solutions to climate change because corporations don't want to reduce their emissions. This is nutso. So anyway, here's what Gizmodo's article is absolutely, I'm so sorry Gizmodo, but it's garbage. Because your whole article is fawning over the fact that Amazon's letting these climate modelers use their cloud computing services so they don't have to rely on supercomputers, and even though it's less effective, kudos to Amazon for doing it. Who gives a shit? Like, what does that have to do with anything that we're dealing with climate change? I'm sorry, but that's a stupid thing to fawn over. Not to mention the fact that in this article, the Gizmodo writers talk about, well, yeah, I mean, it certainly seems bad, to block out parts of the sun and have the sky look like there was a milky film over it all day, which is what they said would happen. But, doing nothing about climate change is just as bad, they say. Who's talking about doing nothing other than the big polluters on the planet? That's the problem. We go to these extreme solutions, and of course, blocking out parts of the sun isn't the only solution they've come up with. But either way, why are we even hitting that point? Why are we talking about putting a milky film over the sky, which again is how they described it in these models, a milky film to block out parts of the sun's rays? When even they admit, this is probably going to cause some crop die-offs, because plants need sunlight to live. But, of course, we can't live on a planet if we just keep polluting it, so what choice do we have? This is insane. And, of course, it's not surprising that you have somebody who himself is almost a cartoon supervillain, Jeff Bezos' Amazon, running a part of this, working with these people to say, how can we block out the damn sun? You want to address the issue of climate change? The solutions are all around us and have been for quite some time. Some of them might not be where we need them to be just yet, but the solutions are there. Electric vehicles, renewable energy infrastructure that gives us a way to properly store and transport this new form of electricity. Wind power, hydropower, there's all kinds of things we could be doing that we should have invested in decades ago to start making the transition back then, but we just simply didn't do it. Private companies have, sure. The U.S. military, however, is one of the biggest polluters on the planet. And we're still giving them $750 billion per year to continue their practices. We're not making the strides that we need to be making. That's true. But we could be, and we should be, and we have the resources to do it without having to block out the sun.